The chosen theme for this year's celebrations, Insecurity and Poverty, the bane of decent work agenda, is quite timely and deeply reflective of the current realities we face as a nation. Insecurity and poverty remain significant obstacles to achieving a peaceful Nigeria where citizens can sleep with their eyes closed and ultimately achieve the decent work agenda as envisioned by the International Labour Organization. To us as a government, the decent work agenda is not just an international framework. It is a national imperative as it aligns with our national priorities, as well as a vision of a Nigeria where hard work is rewarded, where opportunities devoid of all forms of discrimination are accessible, and where every citizen can attain their full potential. I assure you today that this administration is not resting on its oar, nor is it indifferent to the plight of Nigerians. We are fully aware of the weight of these challenges and are confronting them with deliberate, coordinated, and sustained action. You can see this from the renewed vigor and commitment from our intentional policies, the resilience of our security men and women, some of whom have paid a supreme sacrifice and to whom we remain.
In several states, governments have refused to fully implement the provisions of the 2024 National Minimum Wage Act. Just today, where we were the representative of the governor, of the minister of FCT was presenting as the speech. She was saying we should clap for government for paying us arrears. The question is, why are they owing arrears? Why won't you pay salary as at Wendy's? We will not clap for any government that is owing arrears. Minimum wage, which expires early next year, will commence by July. The negotiation will commence by July 2027. To avoid the painful delays of the past, we call on all workers to unite, demanding a truly living wage that reflects the harsh economic realities we face today. In addition, they demand that from July of this year, every worker be paid a certain percentage, if not up to 100% of his basic, until a new national minimum wage is signed into law to cushion the effects of the renewed crisis of survival facing Nigerian workers. Now, more than ever, Nigerian workers must stand together. Our unity is our greatest weapon, our solidarity our strongest shield. The change we seek is possible, but it will not come from elsewhere. It must come from us. Through the economy must serve the people, or it has failed in its most basic purpose. An economy is only meaningful when it improves lives, when it guarantees dignity, provides access to basic needs, and offers hope that tomorrow will not be defined by deeper hardship. The true measure of economic performance is not in abstract figures, but in the lived realities of the people. By that measure, the state of our economy remains deeply troubling. It is not getting better, it is getting worse. Effective economic management demands a careful balance between monetary and fiscal policies, anchored on discipline and fairness. It cannot be a situation where citizens are asked to tighten their belts while public officers indulge in excess extravagance. It is estimated that nearly 2,000 people have lost their lives in the first quarters of this year alone. These are not just numbers. They are workers, farmers, teachers, health professionals, artisans, citizens whose only crime was trying to live and work in their country. Across the nation, people are no longer safe in their homes, on the roads, even in their workplaces. Daily life has become a gamble with fate. Nigeria deserves clarity, accountability, and action. Questions around critical security decisions must be answered, and those responsible must be held to account. The safety of workers is non-negotiable. If this situation persists unchecked, it will inevitably affect productivity, mobility, and national life itself. And we may be forced to, as workers, ask our members to stay at home.
And on the other hand, poverty is on the increase, skyrocketing inflation. Stagnant wages, policies that are not really working for the people. And these have pushed millions of persons, families, into destitution. And for us, we are demanding for better working conditions for journalists. Journalists to be able to go out to carry out their functions. You and I know that we are frontline workers in the quest for truth, justice, and national development, but it's not been so for us as a result of insecurity. We are demanding robust security policy, that we protect every citizen, that we protect journalists in the course of their duty. We are demanding that the federal government prioritize policies, reforms, particularly that has to do with welfare. We are demanding for better remuneration, because what it means for families, for journalists, it means underpaid pens cannot feed families. It also means delayed salaries can stifle creativity. So all of these are what we are asking for. We want something better. We want decent work. And for it to be better, there must be quick pay for salaries. There must be better remuneration. The issue of insecurity must be a thing of the past, and it behoves on all of us, particularly the federal government, to get it right as we commemorate this year's International Workers' Day.
Week in, week out, day in, day out, we count numbers of people that are killed to no fault of theirs. Farmers will go to farm in order to produce food that will be served to the nation. In order for them to earn a daily living, they will be killed. People will be sleeping in their houses, they will be slaughtered. For us, life is first. We must be able to live as an individual and as collective before we could talk about the state of infrastructure, before we could talk about the state of the economy. If everybody is killed, then there is really no economy. So for us, the greatest problem that we face today as a country, the greatest problem we face as a people is the level of insecurity that we have in Nigeria. And as TUC, we have pushed over time, and we have made a lot of requests and a lot of demand to government, telling them that the level of insecurity is heightened and that they should do everything possible, even if it means reducing the budgetary provision to some ministries, even if it means reducing the budgetary provisions that will be spent on infrastructure. They should devote that money to buy state-of-the-art equipment. They should spend that money in bringing about technology that could be used in curbing this problem. Because it is when the people is alive that you will actually be talking about infrastructure. You're talking about road, talking about hospital. But if we are not alive, it becomes a challenge.